Hey y'all, I'm Tasha Monet and I am back with another video for you. I'm so excited to be sharing info about my Sims 4 mods and CC directory that I recently made public. Managing mods and CC for The Sims 4 can be a major challenge, especially keeping everything updated. I struggled with it myself until I created this handy tracking spreadsheet, so I'm really happy that I get to share it with all of you. In this video, I'll give you a quick walkthrough of how I organize and utilize this directory to keep track of all my mods and custom content. Whether you're new to mods or you've been using them for quite some time, I think you'll find some useful tips here for keeping your own mod library organized. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting with the Getting Started tab, I basically put together a handy guide covering everything from how to use the directory itself, best practices for how to install mods in CC, and I also link out to my favorite tutorials and troubleshooting guides too. I highly recommend going through this tab first to understand the basics of how this directory works. I'll update the directory often, and I'll also add more tutorials and troubleshooting guides as I find them. In the comments, you can also link any other tutorials you think may be useful to add, but I think what I have here is a good start for anyone who may need help. Now, onto the main mods tab. Here is where I track all vital information for mods. So that can be things like a download link, the current status, the last time that I checked for an update, and any notes on any functionality or issues or bugs. I even include if a mod is currently in my game. Sometimes I download mods and I keep them, but I don't always put them in my mods folder. I cannot explain why I do that, y'all. It's just a habit that I've had for quite some time, and I still do it. I'm a mods and CC hoarder. It's a hazard of playing the game. But basically, I can't emphasize enough how crucial this status indicator is. What I'll do is I'll definitely go ahead and show you like what the different statuses that I have here are and what they mean, and we can do that by looking at the first mod that I have listed here by A Deep Indigo, Career Shortcut Activities. So under the status, it's a drop down menu that I use whenever I'm going through to update my game, and there are multiple different statuses here with different colors. So green indicates that a mod has been updated since the last patch that we had. Red either indicates that a mod is not updated and it's broken, or that it's obsolete. Yellow indicates that it is compatible with the most recent patch. Orange means that the mod is safe to still use in your game, but there is an update that the modder indicates that the mod needs. Gray means that the status of the mod is unknown. For whatever reason, the creator has not updated what the status of the mod is, and although other people may say that a mod is okay to use, I only go by what the creator has actually said. Blue indicates that a mod is new, and I do this for mods that recently came out, not that a mod is new in my game. I used to do it where it was new in my game, but that gets a little bit confusing if a mod isn't actually new. So if I use the blue indicator, that means that a mod recently came out. So basically when I'm updating, what I do is I just go through and I put whatever actual status needs to go for the mod that I'm currently looking at. The last checked item here, basically all that means is this is the last time that I checked the mod for an update or to check its status. This is very useful for me because it helps me, particularly when there has been an update, to know which mods I've already updated and which ones I haven't, because modders update at different times based on their availability and their schedules, and I tend to go through and update things as I get notifications that they've been updated, because otherwise I may forget. Another thing that the last check does is it ensures that I'm going through and checking mods periodically, because sometimes they get updated even without a patch coming. So that's something that's important to look at. Like, if you can look here, the last time I checked this was July 19th. And because we're basically at the end of August, I should probably go and check some of these mods again just to see if they received any updates. The last column over here, you can't see the title, but it's my notes column. I'm going to scroll over just a little bit. And the notes column, it has a few things on there for me. It'll say if there's something that I removed from my game because something wasn't working the way that it's supposed to, even though the modder has either updated it. And usually that note is for me to remember to either go into that modder's Discord and be like, hey, I'm having this issue, or just to remind me so that I don't put it back in my game without checking to see if there has been any updates on whatever issues I've been having. I also put, like, if the last time something was updated was a long time ago, even if the creator indicates that their mod is still compatible, just because when things have gone a long time without updates, it could possibly still cause an issue in your game when new mods come out and compatibility issues that creators may miss. As I said, I also put when something is currently not in my game, and I also put if for whatever reason a mod has some sort of specific instructions, or like if there are multiple package files or scripts and you only need one, or if something's optional. I try my best to put that in the notes as well, because when I'm going to update, I want to make sure that I'm updating what I had before, or I'm updating properly. I just do this because it makes it so much simpler for me when I'm going through the update process, because if I scroll all the way down here, what you'll see is that I have lots of mods in my game. Currently, I have 410 mods in my game. And speaking of the mods that I have in my game, I organize my mod folder by creator name. So my directory is organized alphabetical order by creator name. This helps me with updating because my mods folder mirrors what I see in my directory. So as I'm going through, it's easy for me to cross-reference. And it's also simpler for me to do updates because modders keep their things together on one platform, or whichever place where they host their files for download. And so when I'm going to update someone's mods, all I have to do is look at all the things I have listed for them and go that way. Other people may organize their mod folders in different ways, and you can see tons of YouTube tutorials about that. But for me, I definitely go by creator name. It is the most simple to do. And I actually just wanted to go back to something I forgot to talk about. So when I mentioned that I sometimes put the instructions that I may need to remember in my notes column, it's very important that you make sure that you read the instructions that a modder gives you. I even put that on the Getting Started page under the how to install mods in CC. It's listed here to read the instructions of the mod creator and read the instructions of the CC creator. This is absolutely important to do to make sure that you are just taking care of your folder and taking care of your game, because you don't want things to be broken and you want them to work for you. So my CC tabs list, it has the download links of CC items, the name if I have a few items by a creator, and the creator's name. Just like my mods, I organize my creators by y'all. Didn't mean to say that. My CC creators, I organize them in alphabetical order by name as well. But you will notice that the tab for CC is less detailed than the tab for mods, and that's for a number of reasons. One, usually when there is an update, it is very rare that I've ever had to update my CC. Yes, I do know there are times when you need to update CC, and I will talk about that in just a moment, but I also have a lot of CC. I have so much, and particularly with some creators, I have everything that they've created, that it would have been, one, a very tedious task, and two, overwhelming to have every single item that they have or that I have of theirs in my game. So what I do is if I have every single thing that a creator has created, next to their name, I'll write various CC items, too many to individually name, and then I put a link to the general page where they put their files for download, which means you can just go to that page and peruse and see what you want and what you don't want. If for whatever reason I just have like 1 or 2 items by a creator, then I'll list those items in the direct link to those items. I just felt that that was the easiest way for me to do this without it being too overwhelming for me, because right now I have 174 creators listed on here. That's not 174 pieces, but just 174 creators. And I just want to make sure that when I'm going through and doing all of this, it makes sense for me. I also go through and look at CC creators like monthly, just because I want to make sure that I have their newest items. And as I said before, sometimes CC does get updates. Like there was a time when CC Hears needed an update, or a time when the beds and the doors needed an update due to a recent patch or a new pack or whatever it may be. So like you still need to check CC for updates, but I felt for my own purposes, having an update status on this sheet just didn't make sense because of just the shared nature of how I work with CC in my folder. I also have a notes tab here, but there's only one note I have, and it's literally that it's not in my game. Sometimes if a piece of CC was updated, I would put it here, but right now all of the things that I have listed here are good to go. So with this here, I really cannot tell you like how much time this directory has saved me. I use it constantly to quickly locate files, to recommend mods and CC to others, to identify issues causing weird gameplay or bugs. I prioritize what needs updating after new patches. I avoid using broken or obsolete mods. Well, that's not necessarily true. Sometimes I'll still use a mod that doesn't completely work if I absolutely want it. Don't be like me, y'all. Take care of your game and your folder and your PC. Don't do that. And it also helps me keep tabs on what I have installed and what I've downloaded but is not installed in my game. I always have this directory pulled up as I play so that I can reference it, and I love being able to share it with fellow simmers to return the favor on all of the great recommendations I've gotten over the years. With mods and CC, I think the key is to be thorough and don't slack on your organization. Staying organized will make updating much easier, even if it takes you a while to do. I'll have this linked in the description and as a pinned comment below. Let me know in the comments what else you'd find helpful to include here. And just a quick note about using this directory. If you make a copy of this Google Sheet for your own drive, you will not be able to see any updates I make on it. For the best usage of this directory, you should bookmark it on your browser, either this direct link, or you can bookmark one of the posts that's on my Ko-fi or my Tumblr that I've linked this directory on. If you have ways that you organize your mods in CC that's different from how I do it, definitely comment that info below as well. I'd love to see how other people do things for their mods in CC, but I do hope that this directory can make your mod and CC management a little bit easier. And if you found this video helpful, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. One of my goals is to be more consistent on YouTube and become a YouTube partner, and I really can't do that without your help. I promise. I have some more Sims 4 content coming back to my channel soon. I'm just really meticulous with my planning and storytelling, so it takes me a bit of time to set up. You can also follow me on Ko-fi and Tumblr, where I'm starting to post more frequently and vary the content that I share. As always, I'm sending positive vibes your way. I'm Tasha Monet. See you next time.